It's okay. He doesn't get his number 2, but he gets to have number 12 because he's gonna be mentored by Tom Brady. So it's all good.
Yeah, for
Oh
sure,
yeah,
for sure, for
dude.
sure.
Yeah,
So
TB12 system.
Yeah.
if you deflate the balls this much, you'll win fucking the Super Bowl.
I mean, the Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl because they got George Pickens. So that was definitely
For
the
sure.
answer.
For
Who's
sure. The
George Pickens?
Cowboys. Exactly. The Cowboys are not going to win a Super Bowl until they fire Dak Prescott because they can't afford anybody else but a quarterback right now.
This year's their year, I think, actually.
Yeah. I mean, did a Blaine go down with every other NFL team on it?
This is no,
Like,
I won't.
No.
All right.
This is their year.
So
You have to say it every year, or else it doesn't work.
it is absolutely the Dallas Cowboys are going to win every year. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Every year. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, for sure.
All right. So we're back. We have myself, Dan, Seth. Say hi.
Hello.
Nate,
I'm here.
Pablo.
Hello.
All right. Pablo is the champion for the Wicked GT. Happened last week. So we're going to talk about our predictions here, how it panned out, and then also kind of go into Pablo's list and just kind of general tomfoolery for about 30 to 45 minutes of Old World. So here is the breakdown of our predictions, and you guys can look at it in the text channel, and it should be on the main screen right now of the stream. So we ended this thing 10 and 14 overall for our picks. So I mean, I feel like we did pretty good. 10 and 14. Jeff Fisher,
That's
baby.
good.
We're getting hired again.
Oh, you have it like documented out. Oh, rough.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, thank
getting fact checked.
thank God Nate was late because I literally was sitting here doing this as he was coming in because it's a lot. It's high production, high pre-production. So I have 2 shout outs I want to give here. 3. Let's start overall with the Wicked GT, right? Like talk about a very fun event. And Pablo, you can jump in here too and echo what I'm saying because this is yours multiple times. You've been doing this for a while since it's been a Ninth Age event, right?
Yeah. I haven't been every year, but I started going, I think, 5 years ago. And it's always just this total blast. I mean, like, Robin Rowe create a great, just like overall event, and if you're looking for any aspect of the game, you're gonna find it, and you're gonna enjoy your time, right? Because like a lot of it is more about just hanging out afterward and like building the community, which is what they're all about.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because they are like old school community builders at a T. You know, like man, just the atmosphere, right? Like I swear, every single game, Rob probably came by about 10 times and asked anyone if they wanted a drink, just running drinks around, you know, being the TO, and then like probably most importantly is as the TO when it was coming to rulings, like I don't think I heard one argument about a ruling. Like everyone looked at the book, had a consensus, walked away happy from that consensus, or at least walked away understanding the logic of the ruling. So yeah, there's like a lot of holes in Old World, no doubt, but it's pretty. I thought it was pretty good, right? Like obviously we'll talk about comp and stuff later, but overall as an event, like I don't even. I mean, look at me. I got like 2 and 3, right? I hit. You'll see it in the other video I'm doing. I hit all my bad matchups for the most part, right? Lots of skirmish armies, got booty worked, killed 0 wood elves in an entire 2.5 hour game, and I like 10 out of 10 was like walking out of there like, so when are we doing this again, guys? It was just a great atmosphere and it was a great time.
40K called and wanted their tournament back.
Well, we'll talk about that with comp maybe a little bit later on. So yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to Rob and Rowe for doing that. And then definitely we'll do a better job of getting this on the radar earlier in the year. And hopefully, you know, more than our moms listen to us on this YouTube channel. And we can go ahead and drum some more support. We had 24 people. I think they cap out at 32. I think, like, for the amount of effort that Rob puts in to that, and especially since it was a hard transition from Ninth Age last year to Old World, like, I think, like, that's a 32-person tournament for sure. Like, that deserves to be a 32-person tournament for sure for the effort and just, like, the love of just everyone being there and playing games with each other.
An open bar, baby.
The open bar is where it's at, let me tell you.
Killer.
Man, I got stomped that game too, and then I just texted Nate, and I'm like, open bar, dude, let's go.
Dude, if I wasn't moving that weekend, I probably would have drove up.
It was fun. So here we go. We're gonna do real quick. So everyone's looking at the screen. We had Roe Lizardman at 1 win, and if you cross-reference that, he went 3-1-1. So we'll do a soft clap here for Roe, most overperforming player of the tournament.
Yeah.
I was getting game updates as he was winning or drawing his games. So we kind of missed that one right there. As the Lizardman player, just I guess I don't really know how his games went. I guess just that cold blood rule just doing work for him.
Kinks.
Skinks.
Yeah, I don't care what they say about Roe. He's a hell of a gamer.
Yeah. Yeah, what everyone else says, I didn't see it. I didn't see all that negative stuff that I heard about him. He's a hell of a gamer. I just would appreciate if Rob and Roe at some point told me they were identical twins before I met them, because that was confusing. Let me tell you how confused I was day zero showing up. And then, unfortunately, we have. Let me just double check. Yeah, unfortunately, the most underperforming player is Evan. Evan, brother, I got you. I picked you as my winner, and you went 2-2-1, 51 points.
Hey.
It just didn't pan out for you, man. So
I think that's the one where it's like strength of schedule. Like when we ranked him initially, it was like, who is he going to get paired up with? Because if it's favorable to him,
Why are you trying to
he'll
make
do
excuses?
great. I'm not. I'm just
Why are you trying
saying,
to make
like,
excuses for your pick?
That's a nasty list, dude.
yeah, well,
So
You're
nasty
making
list.
excuses now.
I think he's making some excuses for. It is a nasty list, and it was very close. And Pablo, I want you to know you have honorable mention for the most underperforming player of the game, even though you won, because you left way too many points on the board, brother. 12 points with that
Yeah,
list.
yeah,
Come
yeah.
on,
Yeah, you should have had like 98.
man. You're like the
98,
85.
95.
You're like the 85 Bears playing against a high school team, and you let them score a touchdown on you. What are you doing? Come on.
Technically, in a 13-7, you get another turn in.
Okay.
It's honestly probably my fault because, as
It is.
pointed out by one of my opponents, is I basically have 2 movement phases a turn.
Yeah.
And the match takes forever because I went to spells. So
13-7.
88
Yeah.
points though.
Couldn't
That's pretty
You
damn
couldn't
impressive.
table him because he only played 5 rounds instead of 6. So yeah.
I mean, it was a really good tight matchup, and honestly, I was definitely super worried. Probably, like if he came turn 2 or 3 and said that I wasn't going to lose, probably, you would have, like, there's no way. Like he's gonna get smoked right after he's cornered. He got a lance in the face, yada yada yada. Then I got super lucky and high rolled 7 wounds with the necro spell.
Was that against Chris, the
Yeah, the
Yes.
Bretonian with
Yeah.
the.
Bretonian list? Yeah, he had a
Western,
nasty
yeah.
list. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and like it was really tight because like I mean it's like Bretonian and Chaos kind of do the same thing where it's like
Mhm.
sometimes people make a bunch of armor and ward saves.
Yep. Yeah.
can't beat
One combat can just flip the game on its head.
Yeah, but it was a great game. I just was more just it's like, sorry guys, you got to play me. 'Cause this list is filthy.
Yeah, it
I
was
think-
filthy.
I think you saw the tournament pack and built a great list for it. I mean,
Yeah, 100%. And knock it.
like, I think they. I don't know if you know this, but I'm not a fan of the limitation on how wide a unit can be, and I think that like them putting that in there, just put you like one step closer to taking first. I
No,
mean,
I actually don't care about White Hammer. I haven't seen anything so far that's like led me to believe it's super good.
it's
No,
it's not,
it's-
but it has a spot in the little like centrifugal rock paper scissors kind of matchups.
Yeah, there's certain matchups where you want to go wide and like be able to corner flyers or prevent Wood Elves from running around you, or they could hurt you with like your skirmishers or your reserve moving, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, 'cause
just like little things.
Should we segue to comp?
So
Yeah, 100%. This is kind of free flowing. So the idea for
Yeah.
this is we usually play a Warhol against each other, right? And then it's like 11 o'clock at night, and pretty sure we go to bed at like 1 a.m. because we're just like BSing about the game and just Warhammer. So yeah, super casual.
Mhm.
Let's talk about comp. Let's go. Comp.
I have an unpopular opinion, I think, in that I mean, I really don't care because like different games are gonna comp things different ways, right? But
Yeah.
on some level, I'm like, just play no comp so everyone can play, every army can play the most filthy possible thing if they want to,
Yep.
and see what
Yep.
happens. Because like,
Yeah.
the thing with these games is that GW has put too many inbuilt redundancies, so that like you can build the same list 10 different ways.
Correct.
So
No, I think I'm with you on that too.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And players will comp themselves too.
Well, and I think the rules are written to be played in a way in which they're written to be played, and like going in and kind of like secondhand trying to FAQ it will take away from some parts of the game. You will
Yeah.
inevitably make something stronger or something weaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't
But I
disagree
really
with.
don't want to run into 9 fucking gyrocopters.
oh, I have 16 printed, brother. My
You're
Falcon
not-
Horn exists. I can't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, you got your 2-inch movement. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The snail copters.
Yeah.
They're still nasty as just turrets sitting on the ground, just blowing people to shreds. Yeah.
I mean, I
No.
don't think I disagree with no comp, because I think, Pablo, we were having this conversation before, like during the tournament, of like you don't, like you gotta let the game evolve, right? You gotta let players get their face pushed in with something stupid, and then come back to the table, right? Because if we think we address one thing, it's really potentially making another thing even worse. Like when I'm
Yeah.
thinking about specifically, you know, you'll hear me talk about it in this channel later on with the Wood Elves, but not being able to drill out past 10, all that did was take decision space away from me. I still think I lose that game pretty handedly, but I don't know. Like, make the players make the list building decisions, right? Make them make the in-game decisions, and then if something's like super egregious and the TO sees it, I mean, I'm pretty sure you did this, Nate, with bolt action. You would send emails back to people and be like, "Nah, dude, this is some jank."
You're good. Yeah, this isn't happening.
The nice thing with bolt action is we could email Enzo, and they would actually take into consideration what we had to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rob does too. Rob absolutely does because like
No.
No, that's just the
Enzo
game
is the guy
designer.
who literally wrote the book for bolt action.
oh
Yeah.
oh wow
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
Rob's pretty cool. I mean,
No, 100%.
I'm not shitting on anyone on a personal level. Like I said, I just don't like how the player pack was set up, but that's just personal preference. Because I'm like you, man. If you want to run whatever crazy thing you want to run, go for it. Eventually, it's not going to work. I just don't want to see you pout in the corner when it doesn't. Like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
and I will say for sure their meta overall is it's just more chill, more relaxed. Just I think it's cool. They definitely try to foster that. Even though I've seen the comp and like we have it in Denver pretty often as well. From my perspective on that, coming from 9th age and coming from, I mean, I started in 6th, right? But coming from 9th, like analogy I give is like 6th, 7th, and 8th, you're doing crack, you know, and then you gotta switch to coffee for 9th age. But like thing is, it's stable, right? Like things happen, and it's like it's paradoxical to old world because like old world people like there's like there are new books coming out, but overall the game is pretty stable, right?
Yeah.
There's not gonna be any massive changes.
Oh, yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
whole
the blue
slew.
book's stable.
Exactly, right. Whereas 9th age it was like there's too many changes, blah blah blah, and people I see the comp as like people are trying to figure out a way to like
Push it.
reinvent the wheel.
Mhm.
In my opinion, I'm like you want a balanced tournament game that will balance number of shots, like as restrictions on like how much magic or like whatnot you can get. Like there is a game for you as well, right? But it's obviously not popular, but it's more just it's funny to hear a lot of the complaints I hear. I'm like, it's already happened, brother.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been tested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my big gripe with comp is once you start comping lists or comping tournaments, people start pushing the limits of the comp. So then you're inherently going to have people who are going to try and max out to your comp, where if you have a cycle go for a year or two, people are going to get tired of playing those top end lists, and it'll balance itself out over time. It's starting to happen in Australia. It's like their uncomp lists, uncomp tournaments. Like you look at their lists, and there's nothing that's nasty, and there's no comp.
Well, I think like that's what we saw in this like tournament, at least in the overview, is like the comp lists or like the top tier lists online did not do really well, and it's because a lot of people were playing more casual lists. And I mean, comp lists are designed to do one thing, which is break other comp lists.
Yeah.
And as soon as you hit something that you're not made to break, you break.
Yep. Dan against the goblins.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice dwarf unit, but you can't. You're gonna do at 10 wide. You're gonna do what, 15 wounds a turn with your lord in there. You're not gonna kill. You're not killing those goblins. Yeah, you're gonna kill the 200 goblins.
The messed up thing is, you give me 2 more turns in that game, and I put that night goblins off the table. It's just he just outmaneuvers me with the amount of units that he has.
Oh yeah.
But that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, right. It's interesting. You well, we talked about like all the Bretonnians, right? And I'm like making fun of the Bretonnians, but I also don't want to dodge them with my list, and somehow I dodged them the entire tournament.
Yeah,
it was just me dodging
5
Bretonnians.
Bretonnian lists and you don't play one. That's like
I'll play a
next to
single
impossible.
one.
We're going into round 2, and I was like, I'm gonna play Bretonnians the rest of the tournament because there was 2 Bretonnian 20s and then a demon 20, and then I actually got the demon. So
That's like
Well,
a adventure for you.
And that feels bad. Like that's what I don't like about like some of these like old world tournaments, at least in their reception right now. Is like I'm not like, I went to LVO and luckily I didn't, but like I was one of the 6 players that were Bretonnian out of like the 74 people, and I was like, man, it's gonna be a real bummer if I'm just playing Bretonnians all day. And luckily, like I don't know how they did the system, but luckily there were not a lot of like head-to-head matches.
No mirrors.
Yeah, no mirrors. Well, I mean, with me, there's never going to be a mirror because I don't play stupid Peg Knight spam.
You didn't have a Falcon Horn off?
No, I don't bring that because it's stupid. It's fucking stupid. It's the dumbest item in the game.
oh, it's fun and interactive, like my list.
I mean, the Falcon Horn is... I don't want to win because I shut down something fundamental to your game. Like, if I have to take away your movement of your guys, then it's not a win. It's just me running away. I have the fastest army in the game, and then I now limit your army's movement.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Dan and I talked about this at the tournament too, where it's like just changing the Falcon Horn would increase list diversity, like almost
1,000%.
astronomically. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like I'd be playing demons 100% just because I think there's some cool stuff you can do with fly. Oh, okay, never mind.
Never mind. Yep.
Because in a five round tournament, like you are more than likely going to play Falcon Horn at least once.
Yep.
And like you don't want to just be totally neutered,
Yep.
So,
Yeah, the only army that like really doesn't mind the Falcon Horn is
Dwarfs.
Beastmen. No, Dwarfs mind it because like, if you're running X-Force, it could really crush them.
Yeah.
Thank God for a
But the new
Vanguard
picture-
move. That's the only thing you have, is you can have these little forward machine gun posts. But
Yep. Yeah. Little MMG nests.
right,
But I
So
mean,
I'm curious with your list, since you're here, how was your magic? Like, how powerful was it? Were you just generating off the Casket of Souls, or were you, because you didn't have any like sack stuff, right? You couldn't sack anything to like
Shop
generate more dice.
I have 3
Oh,
units
you
of
shopped.
Shopti.
Oh, you
Yeah.
shopty.
you were
Forgot
shocking
about
at Shopti. Huh.
Yeah, I would do 2 wounds for the most important rolls, basically a turn, so whole Mata wouldn't die. And
Okay.
more than likely, even if my opponents, because most of the time they're deployed pretty far back, because people are just going to Unga Bunga Russian me, and they have 35 effective range to begin with. So like they're, with all my, like I have Vanguards technically on all of the archers, right? And then I cast Reserve Move, and all of a sudden everything's a lot more mobile. Yeah, sorry, I am forgetting where I was going with your.
Did you bunker? Do you bunker the Ushopti with like the caskets and the casters?
Yeah.
Like that's all like one like the thing.
Yeah, it's all like one thing, and what I do, because it's Tomb Kings, is basically like all those skirmishers are lined up diagonally because basically,
Yeah, you shoot through the windows.
right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, you shoot through the
You're just going
windows.
through, and then all of a sudden you can see through your skirmishers and take shots on top of your shots and maximize all your like value.
Yeah.
And then you split your caskets so that like they're not going to explode onto each other most of the time, right? It all depends on the matchup.
Right.
Because most of the time, anyways, they're going for the large targets, et cetera, et cetera. So
Yeah. Okay. I see your setup. Yeah, I didn't think of sacking Ushabti for generating points. It's more efficient because you're getting that extra unit of shooters. Where most armies only run 2 5s or 2 4s, you're getting 15 great bows. That's just silly.
Yeah,
and then you raise them all back.
Yeah.
it's a gross list, man.
So while you got you here on the internet, like I've never seen this build before. I've seen a lot of like I frequent the I can't remember. He's a British guy. He does the Tomb Kings talks all the time. So what are you going to name this army? You got to have a name for it, right? Because like you're the first one to run it. Yeah, like people are going to see this on and click on it, and you got to name your army. So you got to have a name for this.
Brain dead.
Yeah.
Brain dead? It doesn't seem very brain dead though, because it's like you said you got 2 movement phases.
Empire.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
Yeah.
It like takes a while. It takes a while, but there's ways with this list where it's like you don't have to do much thinking to be like, all right, well, you are handgun, so you have 24-inch range, so I'm gonna move, shoot you, and then move back with my reserve move and force you to come up. And also, like, I think a huge part of it has to do with the external balance of books, because like there's no healing aside from healing potion and undead, really. I mean, I guess there's also lizardmen, right? But it's lizardmen.
Yeah, exactly.
So so brain dead. I don't like the name, so I'm gonna name it for you. We're gonna call this the dubstep Tomb Kings.
The dubstep.
Dubstep Tomb Kings.
I don't know.
You got 2 movement phases.
Yeah, somehow we've gone down in naming conventions. But
Yeah.
Pablo,
No, that was terrible.
I was giving you smack about this, and you said something to me that I was like, "Oh, that's pretty smart." And you're like, "Yeah, this is a brain dead list. I can just sit here, drink beer, talk smack, just roll dice, make them pick up their models." And I'm like, "That's actually a brilliant strategy for this like a 5 like it's the opposite of what I did with dwarves, but in the same mentality of like, I'm gonna push these dwarves at you, and you get to shoot them, and I'm gonna roll armor saves for the whole game, except like your theory was a winning theory, and mine was a 2 and 3 theory.
Yeah. So what list do you fear? Like you play this army. Like what's the one that would like your terrified matchup? Like ogres.
I don't know.
What?
Not ogres.
I know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Exiles can be pretty bad.
Okay. You beat the shit out of them,
running. Well, yeah, because no one's playing actual exiles. No one has 2 cannons, and no one's running the peg star that can charge potentially 32 inches from where they deploy first.
Okay, so like top tier.
People have self-respect. People have self-respect. Is what he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like almost a roll-off, right? And like, because I mean, I will say the biggest mistake I made the last tournament, Red River, was I was playing against Alex, who you guys picked for 5 wins, and he was running Exiles there, and I forgot you could charge after you Vanguard because I'd been so used to it not.
Yep. Every edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like he did make a turn 1 charge, and then I blasted that unit, but I think he missed the potential charge that could have won the game. So it's that threat, right? That is really scary. The other one is definitely warriors, right? If you're running Infernal Puppet and have a bunch of high toughness, high armor, high with a ward save guys and just run forward.
Yeah, Great Bows can't take them down fast enough.
It depends on the build, right?
Yeah.
But, it's more just they make some saves and they're in. And then all of a sudden, they overrun, they get into another unit, then they get a reform in your turn, and they charge again, and you lose, right?
So basically, you only fear the highest of high level lists with this list.
Well, I mean, so he fears the cheese Bretonnian list, and then Warriors of Chaos that just happen to make saves.
Yeah.
You could go dwarves too, I think too, if you really want to spam war machines. Theoretically, I think it'd be a tough list, but I think
you pick them apart.
I mean,
dwarves, you start back, you have 3 cannons, you have 3 catapults, you can kill the caskets probably turn one, and then you're slowly chipping away. You're just aiming one unit at a time, for all the stuff, and making
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah,
I have to imagine, like, if they've got a grudge thrower, it's hitting something no matter what it rolls.
yeah, you got so much stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. As an owner of a grudge thrower, I can tell you that thing can miss like a mother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
but
not,
you
it's
also
not a
didn't
Doom
shoot
Diver.
into.
I don't know. I was
Yeah.
miss,
You
I
know,
was
Goose
missing
Girl
that goblin
is good.
mob. No spoilers, but I was missing that goblin. I was shooting at the goblin mob and missing. Okay.
Oh my god.
You got to
Yeah,
drink
no-
more or less, dude. I don't know. There's a balance.
Yeah, did you bring the actual dice chucker and let it use it?
I did. Every time I used the dice
I
chucker,
saw him do it.
I was probably getting misfires every time. It was like I would
Oh
look
my
at my
God.
opponent in the eye, and I would go, "I'm gonna yell throw hammer. I'm gonna yell troll hammer, and it's gonna be a 1. Troll hammer, guaranteed 1. Bam."
Did you save your receipt? Are you gonna send that back to its?
Yeah, dude. Let them know.
Yeah, return that thing.
No, you know me. I like playing Blood Bowl. I like it when dice absolutely screw me. It gets me going. It makes me want to come back.
I think we
Yeah.
play Blood Bowl for different reasons. I don't think.
So you don't invest in rerolls, huh?
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
because hey, if I get that double skulls, you know, if I reroll that, I'm getting double skulls again. I already know. I already know how the
All
gods
halfling
work.
team, no rerolls.
No, yeah. Oh God,
Oh, that's funny.
Man.
now I want to play Blood
Hey,
Bowl.
but I do want to give a shout out to my orc player
Oh my
because
god.
I did pick him for 4 wins, and he got 4 wins.
You pick him to win. What do you mean?
No. He didn't.
There's a difference between win and win for orcs.
Oh, okay.
Because
Orcs are very good. Like orcs can.
Yeah.
Orcs can
They
do
can't.
it.
Yeah, they can't be
Oh
very
yeah,
good.
for sure.
yeah, but they're very finicky. Like you have to roll perfect all tournament because they're gonna have that one game where they just, yeah,
Yeah, I mean the one game he lost was against the ogre player, so yeah, I mean that makes sense.
yeah, first game.
Yeah.
But he just
well, the
doesn't-
first game.
Orcs don't score high either. That's so he goes 4-1
Yeah.
and he's sitting at 11th. So it's just hard to generate a lot of points because you don't have very fast units.
I mean, there's just
I
not
know-
a good trade there though. Like, I mean, his units are beefy as hell. It's gonna be hard to knock an orc unit out or an
Yeah.
ogre unit out.
Yeah, I found that one out the hard way of how many wounds ogres can just absolutely soak, fall back in good order, or even give ground and then just do it again. Like,
Especially
and
if you
over
let their
again.
Slaughtermaster just free cast, you're
Yep.
gonna have a hard time.
yep.
Yeah, you gotta stop the recad.
So guys, pro tip: just shoot him.
Well,
Yeah, yeah, true.
I would have never have guessed that from your
Wait,
list. I would have
print out
never.
this list and go buy it real quick. Hold on.
Yeah,
No, print out the list, then print out the list.
you can print out, just double print it.
True.
It's so easy. It's 2025, baby. Future's here.
Yeah,
Future's now.
With the futures now, we can have this 3D printed yesterday.
yeah.
I think like with the popularity of the two Casket of Souls lists, I have a feeling that it's going to be addressed in an FAQ
Oh yeah.
because you don't cast your spells.
Speed up.
Opening the
Speed
casket
up.
is a shooting attack though, right? Like it's not a bound spell.
I don't know what it
No,
is.
no, it's a bad spell. Power level 3. Light of Death. It's power level 7. It's 7 to cast.
With a plus
So
3.
Yeah, with a plus 3, so it's very solid, and it's 36-inch range magic missile.
Yeah,
Oh,
I could see a world where they FAQ. That's where it's like same bound level stuff can't be cast from multiple targets.
You see,
It's just strong. It's just strong.
Or you just make it an
It is.
0-1 choice.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, it's very strong.
I mean, they did my steam tank dirty by making it enough points that you can't take 2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
It feels like it mainly does nothing, but then also there are times when it's just like, oh, I won the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Sick.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, I didn't have faith in skeleton archers, but I mean, I guess I just wasn't thinking about your reserve move being so strong. I mean,
Reroll ones, roll enough dice.
yeah,
Yeah.
with the what is it? Not my will be done, but the
Half blades.
yeah,
It's like one of the hereditaries. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very good. I mean, and honestly, like, low-key MVP was because I debated necromancy or elementalism, especially with the Shopti, but I was like, should I have 15 Shopti or 10 Shopti and 2 catapults for the extra magic debuff, right? Then I decided I was like, I kind of had to go all necro, so I make sure I
Yeah.
at least get 1 leadership debuff for my caskets. The thing that was really good was the magic missile, because it just chips the last wounds off whatever you're trying to kill with everything else very reliably.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good list, solid. I mean, it'd have been cool to see you play it.
Oh, we got someone in chat.
Oh my God! How do you even see that?
Our players talking about us in chat.
Ogres just went straight in and ran through my back line. Yep. Clayton. That's Alex did the same dang thing with his ogres. Just literally went in a straight line. Troll hammer be troll hammer, and then just push you off the board. It's crazy.
I mean, welcome to ogres. They do run into issues with leadership, though.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers will. If you break a block of ogres, the game's over. I mean, but you're not going to break a block of ogres unless you do it with leadership. I did see at a tournament a block of 12 man-eaters get run down by a Sphinx, and the guy got really upset, and on turn 2 just packed his stuff up and left. All right, cool.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he didn't keep his general near his Death Star, and so it's just like, what do you expect, man? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I had something similar in 9th where I was running a cloud list, and I had an opponent. So I deployed, because in 9th you can deploy to go first, right? So I deployed everything to go first. I lost the roll off for sides. And I deployed everything, and I was like, all right, I'm ready to go. And then he deployed very well the first time, and then changed his mind, redeployed with his general right on the line. And we were 18 inches apart diagonal. And didn't realize that with 100 poison shots and Swan, you can kill a big character in one turn if you leave everything in range.
I mean, to be fair, he did learn a lesson. I mean, hard lesson to learn, but don't do that. Don't do it again.
Hey, there was a lot of those this weekend. I knew this did something, but now, now I will never not know that it does this thing.
That's the funniest part of this game is even now, it's like a year into it, and no one knows the rules.
Right?
No one does.
All the rules, hell no, brother.
Yeah.
The big issue is because this comes up when we play, where it's you can't do that. And it's no, it says it right here. Oh, okay, I'm thinking of 6th edition. Oh, you can't do that. No, I'm thinking of 4th. I'm thinking of 7th. I'm thinking of 8th.
Yeah.
So that happens a lot in the sphere. But you're right. I like this, the infancy of it, where people are all kind of figuring out what to do and what works now in the moment. And it's not I mean, it's starting to get there where it's I'm just going to go online and Google Necron list. Bam, Necron list.
As somebody who did that, though, I would say there's still goodness in that, because now I'm not going through those iterations to get to that list to then innovate and iterate beyond that list. You know what I mean?
It would definitely helps. Sorry.
No, you're good. I think it'd be bad if I just sat there and I said I will never go off this dwarf list, right? But now I have a known start point that I know other people are at right now, and then we can see how innovation happens from there. Instead of me picking up 40 dwarf warriors and playing 20 games and being dwarf warriors suck. I mean,
I think that's where the place is in this, where it's it does help newer players get in and kind of figure out the army they want to do. But I just don't like it when it's experienced players are Googling top tier tournament lists, and you see this in every GW game because they're just popular, so people have that resource. And then you go to a tournament, and then you start placing in the upper 10s or 5s, and then everyone is oh, I'm playing this. Okay, I know what your list is. You don't need to explain it. Oh, okay. That's what you brought. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, I have that problem in Flesh and Blood a lot too. I mean, net decking's a thing in TCGs, but when you're a weirdo and you bring some random cards and to a tournament, right? That's always my excuse. Is that's my advantage. I'm not a professional player. I don't put enough time into that game, so I'm gonna have a little trick or treats in here. They might not be the most optimal thing, but it's definitely gonna throw you off of you kind of panicking of what's in my deck. Or just not worrying, and you're the beatdown, and you beat me down faster, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to happen no matter what.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. If we just go, pure skill, I kind of look at not in a bad way, but definitely Nate talking about ogre or orcs and goblins throughout the years, especially thinking about how orcs and goblins were back in the day, right? Like definitely an RNG army with animosity, definitely a lot of
Oh, yeah.
variance, but you have this chance to where you can play beyond your player skill because of the randomness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there is some virtue in playing a deck with a little bit of random. If you know, like, hey, I'm not a top tier player coming to this event, or I'm gonna be outclassed, or I don't want to play the meta list, so you come in with a little bit of wild card, a little bit of random, and if it doesn't fall your way, it doesn't fall your way. If it does, you're just, that's cool
Yeah.
too, right? Like, I'm sure you'll get got eventually, right? Like,
Yeah, you always do.
like
Well, eventually there's a level where it's like the person who built the list is going to play it more
mhm.
more to what it's meant to be doing, right? Because like when you build a list, it's like this is what I want this to do, and you're not going to get that from a printout online.
No.
And
No.
so I mean, to be honest, like if I was handed this list from Pablo, it would be like I wouldn't know what to do with it. I mean, even
Yeah.
the whole sacking the Ushabti, like we all stared at these lists
Right?
for a good
Yeah.
3 hours, and like I would
Yeah,
I would
that's the
never be
first thing I
like,
said.
yeah, I would be like, I guess I'm gonna sack my skirmish bows, but like I would never think to sack the multi-wound Ushabti.
Yeah. Or,
I would also sometimes sack scorpions when I summon them because they're already tapped. I'd be like, yeah, two
Yeah.
wounds.
That's wild.
Bye.
yeah. See ya.
Man,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Smart.
I'm not a Tomb Kings player by any means, but like I said, it would take me a few games to figure this list out.
Yeah. That's why I ask you. It's like I've never seen this perform very well. Doesn't look like anything on paper. Haven't seen it like in other big events. Because I'm always looking for other armies, like what stands out. And I don't know. You got a solid list. Piloted very well too. So
Yeah, and we all, like you said, we all looked at it and we're like, I don't know, like, I feel like it's gonna do good because it's Tomb Kings, but you know what I
where's
mean?
all the poison
Like,
shots.
yeah,
where's
we
the
were
big
so
block?
we were so engrossed
Yeah.
in the poison shots that we completely didn't see the brilliance in this part of the list.
Yeah, that's the meta right now. But yeah, maybe you just changed it. Who knows?
I mean, that's just
The
coming from a
dubstep,
Bretonian player.
Kings.
No, that's just coming
yeah.
from a Bretonian player who's like
Yeah.
poison has wiped models off the board.
Or Dead Eyes. Brain Dead or Dead Eyes, but I think Brain Dead's good.
Yeah, dubstep is terrible.
Definitely not
Dubstep hurt.
dubstep.
Yep. Tomb Kings got to be terrible.
I mean, Brain Dead is so on par with the Tomb King list, though.
It is. Yeah. All right.
Like, I mean, they don't have brains, dude. Like,
Yeah.
That's more zombies though. Like they're more mummified, right? Like mummified in constructs.
not the peasants, the peons. They're all just skeletons, man.
Yeah.
I guess.
Ushabti are statues. They're actually Brain Dead.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about better statues coming in once Cathay gets released? You get me upset about that.
Ooh.
There's gonna be some actual statues.
Owner of a 3D printer.
That's gonna be tough. How many pieces is that gonna be? Like 15 pieces to make one of those giant things? That's how GW is gonna get rid of the 3D printing. They're just gonna be like, we're just gonna make stuff so big you
Yeah.
can't 3D print it.
The next edition is
I mean,
gonna be like, we're going 120 scale.
Yeah, exactly. You have to
Right.
print you change all your bases, blah blah blah. I mean, if they did that, I think it would go well for them, honestly. Because I printed dragons in one piece that are like basically to scale, right? Pretty easily. So like the size is really not a limitation at all.
And that's coming from you and your absolutely not to scale Casket of Souls.
Oh, I heard about this, and it was clear, something like that.
Is it like bigger, smaller?
fucking
What are
weird.
we talking?
No,
6 millimeter.
No.
6 millimeter casket of souls.
So for ninth, where all the bases are dictated very clearly in the book, like.
Uh-huh.
And they say in the rules that scale does not matter. I would print smaller armies because I'd travel a lot with armies, right, and have
Oh,
things
okay.
magnetized. So I'm less worried. Like I'm not spending 10 hours painting and
Yeah.
dollars on a model for it to break, right? Like
Yeah.
having done that, it sucks.
Yeah, like carry-on bags makes it a lot easier if you can just throw it in a backpack.
Exactly. Way less risk of actually getting like trounced by TSA or something like that on accident, or like they just throw bags under planes. Like I've had friends of mine be like, I saw my bag lit onto the plane, they just tossed it in, and my heart broke a little,
Yep.
So yeah, and like the joy from this game I get is not painting. I'm not trying to paint stuff.
You're the gamer.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just don't get any real joy out of painting. Yeah, I've tried it just for fun. I'm like, no, no thanks. But I will build lists like
Yeah,
all day and
Yeah.
look at different regions and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta. What was it? I was watching this video where they have a freaking machine that photo paints models.
I feel like I've seen this before too.
Yeah, I sent you that video.
Yeah,
How
but
much it costs?
It's that Polish company. They made this machine that photo paints.
Classic,
It's wild.
of course it is.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, I need one of those. Fuck the 3D printer. I can just photo paint everything. So,
well, apparently, if you type in photo paint Polish armies, you don't get what you think you would get, or you get exactly what you think you would get.
yeah,
As someone who likes painting, I would be kind of upset if somebody printed out a fully painted army like that. It'd be a little disappointing to me.
Okay,
Fine.
so here we go. We got a topic then. So our ringer, right? Our ringer came in with a Vampire Counts army made of 100%
classic.
Legos. He had skeleton
At this
Legos.
tournament?
He had a Black Coach Lego. Yeah, let me
No.
let me see if I can bring it. I'll bring some pictures on so people can see what I'm talking
Yeah,
about
they
here.
could.
were the bases Lego? Like, did you have them on Lego bases that were actual sizes?
I believe so. Yes.
I believe everything
Oh,
was
man.
Lego.
All right, I'll let that play then.
I know we were
That's
talking after the
It is-
game. He was looking on
totally
eBay and
is.
stuff for other like zombie Legos and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like I mean, same cost, stuff like that. I personally don't mind it. I've seen a Bretonian Lego army that was pretty well done. I just think it's kind of funny and troll, but I know a lot of people hate it.
And I'm one of those people. I fucking hate that.
Yeah, I played Kings of War for like 15 minutes, and someone brought like a fucking My Little Ponies army. I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
I've
God,
seen those
bro.
too. I've seen Minions.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
the
was like,
minions. There's an Italian guy who does Old World who has like a minions Bretonian army, and I did not. I was at nah. It's like
no.
you can't. You can't tell what it is, and so you're just
It's-
going off like
yeah,
word
it's
of mouth.
Minions. Minions.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious what it is. It's Minions.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
All right, guys. Fuck me then. I don't know.
All right, so I'm showing it right now. I think on our screen right here. Yeah, the Black Coach. I mean, I think that's
Oh,
pretty.
yeah.
I think it's all pretty dope.
That is dope.
That is dope, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm
No.
almost thinking like for my
No.
kids that would be some good
No.
hobby. We have the guy who
What's
did
on the back?
where?
In the back left, above the Black Coach, is that like a
Bretonian
dragon?
Pegasus.
Oh, just
Yeah, no, that's a lame GW army right there. We don't talk about that.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
sorry.
Then we got the
Not
guy who
interested.
did I'm terrible at names. Too bad I don't have a podcast or something where I should be like actually remembering people's names. I'm terrible for this. He had the fully pumpkin demon army. That was dope. That
Yeah, that was
Oh,
Jason.
Jason, okay.
That's, Chris. No, that's Chris MacArthur.
Oh, that's Chris. Okay, that was
Is
super
that-
cool.
Yeah. So
Jason has, like-
Shoop
Oh,
has
sorry.
a very similar themed warrior army.
Yeah, I got that up on the screen
Yeah.
right now. The pumpkin and
It
like
was gorgeous.
probably more detail on the checkerboard bases than is
Oh yeah,
in.
that is Shoop's. That's Jason's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That I've
Shoop
played
was-
against that army. That's a very pretty army.
Shoop was roasting me the entire time. It was so funny. He was like, he was being he was like, your army takes too long, and I'm like, sorry, Doc. It is what it is, baby.
and we got up here right now some Jank Lord over here with his skeleton bowman going in a diagonal
Yeah.
line.
Wow, who's that guy?
Oh man, look at all those
Wow.
Upshati.
Wow, who puts skirmishers on a movement tray? What a piece of shit.
God, I am not spending time moving.
Oh, I'd be like, Judge, he wanted to bring him.
God.
He needs to take him off there.
Yep, and this was
take even longer.
Pablo. I feel like this was like the whole weekend right here of how much fun you're having compared to how much fun your opponent was having. If you could see that photo on there.
This is so good with Chris. I was crying when he did this. But when I saw this, I was like, sorry, Chris. Like, I was so stoked to not play Bretonians. And I was like, okay, sweet. So, Chris.
Everyone's like, you're happy to not play Bretonians. Everyone else is like, God damn it.
This is the worst day of my life.
I
I'm
will
just kidding.
say, I, I only started against the Bretonians in this whole tournament. So that was very interesting because
Those are
like
cool pumpkins.
very early on, it was like everything was in my face. So like this unit, he blew up 24 first turn. Yeah,
Damn, what is that?
yeah. That's the
This
flying
Chaos
demon.
Lord, it looks like. Oh, this is the Demon
Yeah.
Army.
Exactly. That's
Damn, that's badass.
Right?
Dude, this I like.
Arthur.
Yeah.
A lot of effort has been put into this.
Hey, green stuff, all that?
Basically, green stuff is army. It seems like.
I don't know.
Yeah. That thing's badass.
This is Rose, Lizardman, most overperforming army of the tournament.
I really had no faith in that guy right there. That
Hey, you
literally-
talked me down on that list. I
Dude.
knew that list was going to perform.
Turns out little dinosaurs riding bigger dinosaurs, if they get into your lines, they mess stuff up. And also
Yep.
skinks.
I mean, it not running renegades. I just don't have faith in anything that's not printed,
True,
like
true.
not in the book.
Yeah. But it was interesting to see them go 3 wins without renegades. And then hopefully in the future we run renegades.
A lot of it too is like I think just people are new to the game, and like a lot of these lists are still good, just not being played right. Like just people are just playing like what's obvious. Like there's a lot of like hidden armies like good out there still. That
100%.
people haven't
Yeah.
like figured out. Like this just screaming obvious stuff is being played.
I mean, I think
Dragonins, 7 Peg Knights, go.
I think you can take just my 5 games, and if I play those same 5 games in those same situations with those same people again, I'm making completely different decisions based on how I thought interactions are. Not even like just empirical data, right? Just like what I know the rules now. So Drilled, right? Fun thing with Drilled, I was telling Nate, I think we've been playing this terribly wrong. Well, not terribly, right? So you get redress the ranks, right? To redress the ranks, it's not a reform. The center of your unit doesn't change. So when you go
Right.
up or down 5 models, or I'm sorry, when you go up or down 5 ranks, you have to
Center
keep a
ranks,
same center. So you got to distribute them as evenly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely didn't do that. I don't necessarily think it got me any advantage, but just like an interaction that makes you think about,
Yeah.
the rules and what you think you can get out of, or how you counter Drilled, right? Because then that's the counter argument to Drilled is like, well, they just can do everything. I was like, I took the worst type of unit, infantry unit, and I just put a lot of points in it so it can do this fancy thing. But there's like
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
talked about that
counterplay involved
Well,
too.
they can do things now. Drilled when it was released on its conception was terrible.
Yeah, they had to FAQ it.
Yeah, dwarves were unplayable in the tournament scene because Drilled was just written in a way that did not perform well with the rules.
Yeah.
But then they were talking about like the way people interpret Drilled is, do you take them from the back and move them to the sides, or do you take them from the front and move them to the sides and the back moves forward?
So
That's
it
what they're
does.
talking about on Kings on the Mountain.
Yeah, so I think it doesn't matter as long as you understand that it's not a reform, it's a redress. So as long as your
Right.
center doesn't matter and you're already capped at 5, it doesn't
Right.
matter where there's doors. It's immaterial, right? Because the only thing that matters is your champion, your standard, and your musician, right? So
Yeah.
I think that kind of like, yeah, because I heard that conversation too, but I think that kind of solves that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just play.
We'll just have to play more games,
Yeah.
and then with
Run into
that,
that problem.
right? It's a great problem to have. So we're at 49
Yeah.
minutes. I want to try to keep this under an hour. Anything that we want to definitely touch on from the tournament that we didn't touch on?
What was your best game you played, Paulo? What was the most fun? What was the best opponent you went up against? Either like in a entertainment wise and like a good game wise,
Pushed you to like the max of like your ability to like think or not think.
or
with
you
your
were
list.
like, let's go get fucking shots after this. You know what I mean?
yeah.
you define it.
I mean, Wicked is a great game. So like I had 5 just really great games. But probably best, or probably actually on second day, which normally it's like I'm hungover as hell and just like really struggling. But I played Chris and Shoop, and both those games were, I think, partially because of just like their lists are a little bit more solid, right? It's the matchups I worry about were a lot more tense, which is fun because it was like, oh man, this is like I have to think a lot more than just like killing stuff that I naturally counter, right?
Mhm.
And they were great guys. And Shoop is a great friend of one of my best friends in the world, Neil. So it was good to, and actually Shoop and I met years ago because Shoop also played Ninth and is a big fan. Because we were at a tournament called Strength in Numbers, which now they moved to Old World. It's going to be 3-man teams, guys.
Oh, nice.
FYI.
Where's that at?
It's
Where's
in normally in Toledo.
Ohio.
So like,
That's gonna be close to
yeah.
you.
Oh man, I might actually be able to take some time.
Wait, you
off
talking about
and-
Buckeye?
and-
Buckeye Battle?
no,
Go to Ohio?
So Strength in Numbers is the team event
Oh.
that was scheduled by the guy who used to run Buckeye, Jeff Parkhurst.
Uh-huh.
So he would also run Strength in Numbers, and he ran it for like all of Ninth. Super fun tournament, but now they're running it for the Old World, and I believe it's 3-man tournaments. It's normally in August.
Ooh,
So-
3-man tournament. I like the sound of that.
I can't do this on
it's team tournaments are so much fun. Like,
We'll have to
Yeah.
pick up Pablo for our team and drop Seth.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's Nate and I were talking yesterday about like Dan's list is made for a tournament team.
team tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. I was going to say that when he was talking about his list because like it's not like a super friendly list. Like there's a lot of stuff
No.
that is going to have a nightmare against this.
Yeah.
Um,
While you're
like-
playing Devil Dragons, Dan, take care of that.
Yeah, get a
I'm,
draw.
I'm only a nightmare for the people who wanted to make other games not fun for people, right? I'm the fun
Yeah.
stealer from the fun stealers. I steal the fun from the fun stealers. It's okay.
So you're the Sandman.
Yeah.
You have to get into the winners bracket to play.
It's
the
it's
ones who
100%,
steal.
brother. As soon as I lost that game to Alex, I'm just like, oh boy. I had a chance to go 2-0 off of ogres. I failed my chance. My king
Yeah.
failed me. Oh
and
man.
you're the one that got me Alex too, because then I
Yeah.
played him next.
Yeah.
Which is like the worst matchup for him.
Yeah.
I set him up. I got him all that motivation. He's like, I got this. I'm 2-0. Double casket. Sorry, brother.
Also,
Yeah.
15 shot team.
Yeah.
too. I mean,
Yeah, AP 2 bows, multi wound.
Yeah,
16
come on,
bolt
no.
throwers.
AP one Armor Bane too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, ogre player.
You don't got this? Come on.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Alex is a great guy. We also played. He had the fun and interactive gaming experience also at Red River too. So poor guy.
You're just falling around this dude and beating on him or something, huh?
So
I'm actually baiting on him.
Oh man.
All right, so
Ugh.
I guess to like quick recap, 10 correct picks, 14 incorrect picks. I think that's
Yeah.
pretty damn good. Pablo, we picked him for 4 wins. He won the whole dang thing. I think that's
Yep.
pretty good, right?
Yep.
And then Roe, just coming off the top ropes. We doubted the Lizards. We let Seth have his opinions because God knows he has opinions. We put
do,
him
I
at
got
1
him.
win. I didn't think it. I thought we undermined him there, but he showed us up 3-1-1. So most overperforming player for Roe.
And guess what? Any legacy army is gonna get completely dog shit on by me until they get released.
I mean,
There we are.
this is not false. Oh, and there was one thing to point out. I forget which player it was. Maybe Pablo can remember. It was the Chaos player, or no, it was the Bretonian player who had Foot Knights.
Oh,
Oh
Kurt.
yeah.
Kurt.
Oh.
Yeah. God, so I guess the one goodness that we did is that Kurt was listening to us, ramble on, I think on Thursday night, and went, what do you mean I have Foot Knights in my army list? So I guess there was a mistake. He was like, oh, look, I have extra points in my army all of a sudden. Didn't realize when he put in a new recruit that he put Foot Knights in. Homeboy, same day, assembled them, primed them, painted them, had them ready, was on the table on Saturday, playing with his terrible Foot Knights. So, we did some good for the world. We helped Kurt out there so he didn't show up with his illegal
I don't
army.
know, kudos to that dude. That's some commitment, man.
Right.
Instead of trying to get your list changed to what it should be, you're
Right.
like, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna paint these knights.
Right?
Yep.
And it was just smiling because every opponent I heard him talk to, he was explaining it to, and I'm just like, oh, those poor Foot Knights. Seth got so mad when he saw Seth no 0-5, no, give him a 0. F the Foot Knights. Like, calm down, brother.
They're terrible.
You-
They are terrible.
No one is doubting that. It's just there was a pilot error.
Not bad,
Yep.
Jeff.
Not bad, Jeff. What someone said the other day, they're good War Machine defenders.
Yeah, I mean, you have peasants too, but you know.
Yeah,
They're
you know,
literally everything a knight is, except for everything a
They're
knight
not-
isn't.
they forgot the horn.
Yeah, like,
Decades of lore just thrown out the window for Bretonians
guess
being
what? We can give
mounted.
them great weapons, and then they can walk with great weapons and just be even slower in combat. Great.
I see nothing wrong with this. Could be a sleeper unit here whenever we get
Oh, for
a
sure.
game patch. 100%.
If I
Yep.
saw that, that would be my target.
Yep.
There's 200 free points, and then I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna run away.
You could play the Bretonian Foot Knight stock market and just buy a bunch up now, so that way when they become good, then you could just flip them on eBay and triple your money.
The day a non-mounted unit is good in the Bretonian book is the day I stop playing Bretonians.
All right, so we did it. We got the hottest take from Seth. I think we're good there. I think we can call it a show. We got an end con. We got a lost con for Seth in this game.
That was Seth's hot take.
So internet, go out there, break Bretonians with Foot Knights, and force Seth out of the game. That'd be fantastic. Bretonian Foot Knights win a GT. Oh God, that'd be amazing. I would love that. But
So I just want to, while we're wrapping this up, I just want to plug Chris and Jason. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to meet back up with them, but they're the ones who got me back into Warhammer during my hiatus. Taught me 8th edition after I played 4th, 5th, and 6th, didn't play any 7th. And I saw that they posted in the last message that they saw us talking about them in the shout out, so I just want to shout them out. They're good guys, good players. And
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. So,
yeah, and somehow I missed them. We didn't run into them. 24 people in a crowded hall, and somehow you don't meet everybody, which I guess
They're
happens.
good dudes.
But
They're good dudes and they're good players.
yeah.
Yeah, they're good dudes.
Any
Good players.
tournaments or events people want to shout out that they're going to in the next couple months or whatever?
I got one in September. It's in Orlando. I don't remember the name of it though.
It's we'll probably pimp that out a little bit too in the next
Yeah.
month because I'm coming down. I'm gonna come down for that. That should be fun.
Yeah.
Going to Numbers, Toledo, Ohio, sometime in August.
Yeah, team tournament. We got to recruit a third though because we need a third player. So anybody needing a teammate or two, Dan and Nate are looking for a third. 'Cause Seth is going to be
If I get time off, I'll drive down there and watch a game. How's that?
okay.
Yeah.
They're always longing for a new third wheel.
Yeah.
Somehow playing dwarves for one tournament and dwarves have become my personality. I don't know how this has happened, but here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here we are.
Here we
Yeah,
are.
grudge
All
book.
this. I have facial hair and my hair is long, and I'm
No.
drinking
Now you're
heavily
just gonna
again.
start being
Great.
unreasonably mad at people for no reason. They got cut me off. Going in the book.
Yeah, like you when your takes on some of these units in Old World.
Yep.
Hey.
Tony Put Knights. They're already in the book.
All right, we're gonna get off the air. We're done. I think we're done now.
We're done.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for-
Hit subscribe and like, please. It helps other people find us. And if there's anything you guys want us to talk about, or if honestly, if you have a tournament coming up and you want a bunch of people you haven't met and may never meet, judge you and your army list and make bold predictions, we're willing to do that. That was a lot of fun last week, and it was a lot of fun watching the reactions from everybody who played. So yeah, we'll put our services out there.
And if you win the tournament, we'll allow you to come on and talk shit. So
How
Also,
prestigious.
Thank you for coming on and dealing with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pablo, thank you. You're forced to hang out with me one more time, right?
This is way more take than a lot of the listeners I've been on.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. I was
Only
told.
it's basically 90% shit talking.
I was told this was reminiscent of Mel Kiper Jr. for Warhammer Fantasy, and I think I want to ride that line with this. I think that's
There you go,
exactly
yep.
we maybe can do some call-ins too from people and just do real sports talk radio.
sorry, we're at the top of the hour. I'm about to cut you off.
Yeah, right. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye all.